up, world? It's We're 18 back at it again. Welcome to the episode. Before Steve Urkel became the face of Family Matters, the sitcom had a very different tone. It wasn't about a nerdy neighbor, it was about the Winslows and their real life, everyday family struggles. So this is going to be a two-part video, talking about Family Matters before Urkel and Family Matters after Urkel. They were two completely different shows. If you watch the beginning of the episodes, it was more about family and all that shit. And then when Urkel came along, he just turned the fucking show into something else. Let's talk about it here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Welcome to the origin of the show. Family Matters debuted in 1989 as a spinoff to Perfect Strangers. The show centered around Harriet Winslow, a hard-working elevator operator introduced in Perfect Strangers.
Harriet! Oh, hi, baby! Bye, baby! No, wait! This is the day you said I could drive the elevator, you big kid, you!
The goal? Tell heartwarming stories about a middle-class black family in Chicago. Early episodes focus on the Winslows, relationships, jobs, and moral lessons, not wild inventions or comedy hijinks. So the very first couple episodes was like family life. They tried to be like the Cosby Show, but in the middle class. And it was a black family in Chicago, which I love because I'm from Chicago. And they focused on life lessons, moral shit. Carl being a great dad, teaching his kids how to live life. It transformed into something else when Urkel came. The Winslow family dynamic. Carl Winslow was a tough but loving police officer dad. Harriet was the backbone, no nonsense, full of heart. Their kids, Eddie, Laura, and little Judy, gave typical 80s family energy, school drama, sibling rivalry, and growing pains. Grandmother Estelle, Mother Winslow, brought the old school wisdom. The show often tackled issues like honesty, friendship, and responsibility, family first, last seconds. So it was just like every other show. It was like the Growing Pains, Cosby Show, all those shows that came out at the time. It was a tactic that worked. These shows worked on TV. People liked these type of shows. So they went with the same formula, except they were black. They were in Chicago. And they were like a middle-class family. So they tried to go the same route as every other show. See how it goes. And just continue the same formula. Early themes and storylines. The humor came from realistic moments. Broken rules, misunderstandings, teenage crushes. There was no sci-fi or over-the-top comedy yet. The tone matched shows like The Cosby, 227, focused on morals and values.
I put the joint in his book.
Look, I'm not your father, but I do think that you have a problem, son.
Come on, there are kids in my class who related to politicians, inventors, and musicians.
It's not who you're related to that counts, it's who you are.
Look how great you turned out. You see, Carl, parents have to say no, but grandparents get to say yes.
The writers built a grounded, heartfelt sitcom that reflected real life in the 1980s. Like I said, it's the same thing every show did at the time. You had the lessons, you had the message at the end, all that bullshit. Urkel was the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess you could say. Changed the show and turned it into something else. The missing ingredient. Despite being wholesome, ratings were moderate. The show needed a spark, something unique to stand out. Then in one episode titled Laura's First Date, they introduced a quirky, nerdy kid next door for the single guest role. That kid, Steve Urkel.
Hi, Laura. I hear you can't get a date for the dance, so you want to go with me?
It's crazy because he was only supposed to be in this shit for one episode. This was his one time to shine, and that was going to be it. He was a one-off character. And it's crazy how that one fucking episode changed the whole show's trajectory. The calm before the storm. The cast didn't know that one appearance would change everything. After Urkel's debut, fan mail exploded. Viewers wanted more of him. The original concept of Family Matters, a relatable family sitcom, was about to shift. They did not know what was coming. It was a fucking hurricane on the way. And the show was not prepared. The cast was not prepared for what was coming next. From one episode, it turned a wholesome TV show into something totally different.
Hi, Mr. Winslow. I'm Steve Urkel.
Back then, Family Matters wasn't about the over-the-top comedy or wild inventions. It was about real people, real families, and real lessons. The Winslows were the heart of Chicago, ordinary, relatable, and proud. But that was about to change, because the next chapter in their story would introduce someone who would flip the entire show upside down. That's gonna do it for the video. Thanks you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you thought of the video. I respond to all the comments, even though there's not many. I'll be doing part 2. It'll come out in a couple days if you want to watch that. You can get it on anybody else's channel and you decided to watch mine. So thank you. There's only 24 hours in a day and you decided to give me a couple minutes of your day. I truly appreciate it. Time is very valuable. I hope I didn't waste your time. Like I said, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. That's gonna do it for the video. Stay tuned for part 2. This has been